Vern Sports Chat. I'm Vern, and welcome to our daily sports update show. The recap of the last 24 hours of sports. Top of the morning to you guys. A bit of the white stuff in the morning. Gotta have a bit of the white stuff. To get me up and running. Chat has been busy this morning. Glory Man United. Yes, that is later on this afternoon, live on the channel. Join us for that one. It's going to be a cracker. Guys, it's going to be an interesting day of sports today. We've got some really tight games there in the cricket as well. India and the West Indies will go at it later on this afternoon. Winner takes all. It's hotting up today. Man United, can we capitalize there on Aston Villa slip up? We will see. But guys, let's go quickly before we start. That is the email address at the top there. As always, that is the like, subscribe to the channel. As always, do that one. And I want to, before we get into the topics, I want to shout out to somebody, Steve. Now, Steve was yesterday in the rugby. Yesterday came in, and Steve is from Midway Island. Now, okay, Midway Island. If you guys don't know, Battle of Midway in the Second World War, big battle there in the Second World War for the Midway Islands. It used to be a military base for the US afterwards, but then they closed it down. 40 people live on that island nowadays. 40 people live on that small little island. But let's check out where Midway is. A big shout out to Steve. That is, on the left you have Japan, on the right you have the United States. There in the middle, that high there is Hawaii. Midway, flat bang in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. We thought that poor old Kevin in St. Helena was isolated. This guy is even worse. So Steve, keep your seabirds up. And welcome to the show, man. Absolutely. Shout out to Steve there from Midway Island. Holy freaking moly. We people are everywhere. Everywhere. And I just see, talking about everywhere, Tito Santana just checked in from Mexico. Buenos dias, Mr. Santana. But we will start off the show, as always, with the topics. Not much different than yesterday. There you go. No, Saturday, man. You can't do that. Come on, you got to change that quickly. Sunday. It is the first today. There you go. That looks better. Sunday, 1st March. New month. Fantastic stuff, but it's still the old shit happening. Football, USC Super Rugby, T20 Cricket World Cup. We got a bit of NHL and a lot of NHL and a bit of NBA going on there. Let's get that one out of the way. Maximus has arrived as well. General. Talking about General, big out to everybody that all the boys in the forces said, take care. Weird times, man. That's all I'm saying. Weird times. Let's start off with the Premiership. There you go. Get that out there. Bournemouth drawing with so the West Ham, the Wolverhampton Aston Villa was on Friday. So Bournemouth, Sunderland 1-1. Burnley losing to Brentford 3-4. We got Liverpool smashing West Ham 5-2. Holy freaking moly. Newcastle. Oh, how long is Eddie Howe still going to stay in charge? I don't know. 2-3 at Everton at home. That's a good result there for Everton. Then Man City keeping the pressure up on Arsenal. 1-0 victory over Leeds. It was a bit of a hasty affair, but never mind. Later on today, it is Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Spurs, Man United, Crystal Palace live on the channel. Don't miss it. And later on, Arsenal against Chelsea. Come on, the Chelsea. But that is how the Premiership looks at the moment. There's some other scores going on. I'll go quickly through the Spanish League. Just quickly, the big clubs there. Barcelona beating Villarreal 4-1 there. Lamal scoring a hat-trick. Holy moly. Then we've got Real Sociedad beating Mallorca. Atletico Madrid beating Real Oviedo. And Real Vallecano and Athletic Club Bilbao drawing 1-1. That is your Primera División. The Bundesliga. Got Mainz and Bayer Leverkusen drawing 1-1. Borussia Mönchengladbach beating FC Union Berlin 1-0. We've got St. Pauli against Hoffenheim 1-0 for St. Pauli. Werder Bremen beating FC Heidenheim 2-0. And of course the big one, El Clasico in Germany. Or the Klassiker, if you talk German. Bayern beating Dortmund 3-2. In Dortmund, that was a big result there for Bayern. That is done. What else is there? We still got Serie A. We got Como beating Lecce 3-1. Napoli beating Hellas Verona 2-1, and Internazionale beating Genoa 2-1. In that Napoli against Verona, the two Man United old boys there, Lukaku and Højlund, scoring there for Napoli. And in the French League A, we got Paris Saint-Germain winning 1-0 against Le Havre, Monaco beating Angers 2-0, and Stade Rennais beating Toulouse 1-0. That is your football scores for today. Let's go quickly down there to rugby, and there was Super Rugby on there. There you go. Results out. We did all the other results. Chiefs and the Crusaders, 33-43 there for the Crusaders. Surprising win for me for the Crusaders against the Chiefs. And then there's Brumbies. There's pesky Brumbies. There's Aussies. G'day, mate. Beating the Blues 30-27. I did that game, and it was a very scrappy game until the last couple of minutes there, and the Brumbies were down, and they pulled it out of the hat. They got there at the end to stay unbeaten in the Super Rugby. Brumbies, baby. Let's check out that Super Rugby table. Yes, the Brumbies are out in the lead with 3 wins out of 3. So they are now up there in the lead. Waratahs are still unbeaten as well, but they had a bye this weekend. So that is your table so far. So it's the Brumbies, the Waratahs, the Chiefs, and the Hurricanes. Blues, the Reds, and at the bottom there, the fighting out there for the wooden spoon. Well, it's not that wooden spoon there. It's everybody from 5th to 11th there. Just 1 point separating the clubs there. But still early days in the Super Rugby, so don't worry about that. We've got URC coming up. Oh, the URC. I have to do the URC. Do I have to do the URC? Let's check out the chat before we go to the URC. Let's check out there. Pandeshi Kumari Kumar is in the house. West India going down today. Ah, yes. Lamarcky Johnson's in there. If Eddie Howe wasn't injured, I'd have to agree with old Lamarcky there. If Eddie Howe wasn't English, he would have been gone a long time ago. Anton's in the house as well. The sports guy is in. Over. Good morning to you, man. The Gypsy King is in there as well. And of course, Ronnie. Good morning, Ronnie. Tracy Edwards is in the house. Konnichiwa, Tracy. That is it's the URC. I have to do the URC. The URC. Let me have a drink of the white stuff first to cheer me up before I go into the URC. It's a bit of a bad spot for me, the URC. Okay, let's get this over and done with. The Lions beat the Stormers 24-10. Listen, I did that game live. It was an absolute shock at the Stormers. Worst player on the pitch, Sasha Feinberg Nguzulu was the worst player on the pitch. Fumbled the ball so many times. But listen here, the Lions deserve. There's Steve, you're in. I just plugged you this morning. Big shout out to Steve. I did this morning. Check it out, Steve. Midway Island there, man. I was plugging you this morning, Steve. It's back to the URC. Steve's in the house, the man from Midway. It was a tough game for the Stormers, I must say. Not looking good for the Stormers at the moment. But let's leave that one. Let's go over to the Bulls. The mighty Bulls beating the Sharks 41-12. Amazing stuff there, man. For the Bulls, absolutely destroying the Sharks. The Sharks are just a joke. I don't even know who's worse. No, the Sharks are worse than the Stormers. Man, that's because the Sharks have the player pool. Just don't use it. I don't know. Then we have Connaught beating the Warriors 15-10. That was a big surprise for me as well. Munster beating Zebre 21-7. The Dragons and Benetton tying 15 apiece. And the Ospreys beating the Ulster 21-10. It's a bit weird in the URC at the moment because the players are still with the countries. Still with Ireland and Wales and Scotland. And they're not playing. So that's why the results can be a bit weird at the moment. Let's get out of the URC. Let's get into that table. URC table. Here we go. Glasgow Warriors up there in the lead in front of Leinster. Cardiff. Munster is now in 4th. The Stormers dropped to 5th. Ulster in 6th. The Lions in 7th. The Bulls in 8th. The Ospreys in 9th. And Connaught in 10th. And under that, those teams are all just crap. And that's where the Sharks belong. There is a URC gone. Let's get into the cricket because there are some monster games in the cricket yesterday. Yes, the 2026 World T20 Championships there in India and Sri Lanka. No, let's not talk Stormers. No, I don't want to talk Stormers at the moment. We can talk Stormers tomorrow in the DEFCON Rugby show. Join us at 5 o'clock. It's going to be an interesting show, I tell you that. Honda there from Greenland's in the house as well. We got people from Greenland, St. Helena, Midway freaking Island. Holy moly. All we need now is somebody from, I don't know, South Georgia down there in the Falklands. But, okay. Oh, North Korea would be cool. We always wanted somebody from North Korea. Kimmy, if you're listening, let your people have some internet, man. Okay, let's get into cricket. And we had a result yesterday. It was Sri Lanka against Pakistan. Pakistan won that one. But it was too little, too late. Pakistan do not qualify for the next round. That is England and New Zealand in that group go further. But in the other group, we still got 2 games to go. South Africa against Zimbabwe and India against West Indies. Now, it doesn't really matter. South Africa is qualified. It always depends on their first or their second. But it's the game India against West Indies that's all going to be, that's going to be the title. That's going to be the winner takes all game today. That starts at 2:30. That one should be super interesting to see. Pity I would have loved to have done that one, but Man United is on, so I've got to watch that one. So I can't do everything, but we will do some semi-finals or some final games in the cricket. I hope. But West Indies, we've got a lot of more Indian people in the chat, so that's why go India over the West Indies. But it's going to be an absolute scream of a match. I'll keep my one eye on that one. Then, of course, Bobo Rhymes in there. Hirohito is in there. Fantastic stuff today, man. That is your cricket. There we go. Cricket is out of the way. Then we go quickly to the NHL. A lot of NHL games going. There is one still going on. I don't know if that one's finished yet. Yes, that just finished now. Okay, let's put that score in there. That was close. Okay, let's go down through the NHL quickly. There are a lot of games in the NHL. The Rangers beat the Penguins 3-2 in a shootout. Then we have the Flyers beating the Bruins 3-1. We have the Sharks beating the Oilers 5-4. We have the Devils beating the Blues 3-1. Then we had the Islanders beating the Blue Jackets in overtime 4-3. We had the Avalanche beating the Blackhawks 3-1. Then we had the Senators beating the Maple Leafs 5-2. And the Canadians beating the Capitals 6-2. Let's get the second page of the NHL up. There you go. Then we had the Sabres beating the Lightning 6-2. We had the Hurricanes beating the Red Wings 5-2. The Kings beating the Flames. I got that one wrong. I can change that one quickly. There you go. Kings beating the Flames 2-0. Yes, we got the Stars beating the Predators in overtime 3-2. And the Kraken. Yes, the Kraken beating the Canucks 5-1. That is your NHL. Then last but not least, it is the NBA. There we go. Let's go through the NBA quickly. We had the Cavaliers losing to the Pistons 119-122. Oh, no, that's the wrong one, Vern. That is the wrong one. There you go. That was yesterday's. We got the Trailblazers losing to the Hornets 93-109. Miller for the Hornets with 26 points and 8 rebounds for the Hornets. Then we had the Rockets losing to the Heat 105-115. Kevin Durant 32 points, 8 assists, not good enough. Bam Adebayo 24 points, 11 rebounds for the Heat. Then we had the Raptors beating the Wizards in a high-scoring game 134-125. We had quickly for the Toronto Raptors with 27 points, 11 assists there. We had the Lakers beating the Warriors 129-101. I watched a bit of the highlights of that one. I was not impressed. I watched EuroLeague most of the time. It was just, I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. Luka Doncic, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists there for the Lakers. Then, of course, last but not least, it was the Pelicans beating the Jazz. The Pelicans, they can win 115-105. Bay there for the New Orleans with 24 points, 6 assists. That is your NBA. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Let's check out the chat one more time before I go. Which is there's a lot of people in here today. We got Peter still in there from Serious. Peter, how you doing, man? I want Windies to win. Sports guy, you're not going to make many friends here if you say that. And Bernie's in as well. You have a good day too, Bernie. Absolute fantastic stuff. A lot of people in today. Let's check out our poll. And the poll was, which rugby league is the best? Let's go quickly through it. URC 13%, Super Rugby 44, Top 14 30, and the Gallagher Premiership 13. So it is the Super Rugby. People think Super Rugby is the best. I think the Top 14 is super That was my favorite one, but I love the Super Rugby as well. URC, I don't know. There's something wrong with the URC. But that's a discussion for a topic like tomorrow in the Defcon Rugby Show. There is something wrong with the URC. I mean, those refs are terrible. They just keep the game. They stop the game like 700 times. It's just absolutely drives me absolutely bonkers. But listen here. Once again, shout out to Steve there in Midway Island, Country Pelicans, man. I don't know. I saw some pictures of Midway. There's just ruins of old military installations and a lot of birds. A lot of birds on that island. But hey, everyone out there, take care. Have a lovely Sunday. Don't forget to spend time with some friends and family. Have a nice chilled out day. And join me later on 3 o'clock for Man United against Crystal Palace. That's the last hope I've got to saving the weekend. Otherwise, it's been a terrible weekend for me as a Stormers fan. But listen, that is what it is. Watch the cricket. India against West Indies. That should be a cracker. Guys, have a fantastic day. Thanks everybody in the chat. You guys are amazing. And hey, have a good one, man. Ciao, ciao.